Impact Plus. Experience Impact Wrestling like never before.
And we are back live at No Surrender, and you can see the 6 sides of steel cage being erected for the lethal lockdown matchup.
It's a vile structure, Mike. Definitely a vile and dangerous career-shortening structure. This thing is straight up nasty. Once this thing lowers down and with weapons and stuff, I mean, it's going to be brutal, man. I'm telling you.
And the situation that we have seen with these tag teams over the course of the past several months, there you see the weapons. I mean, we've seen these teams involved in brawls, all-out riots where the police were called. TNA management decided they were going to step in, Taz, and they said the only way to settle the score between these tag teams is to go to lethal lockdown.
Nothing wrong with that in my book. That's the way you do it. Good old-fashioned, you know, crazy cage with weapons hanging from the top of it. I'm telling you, it's going to be nasty. Brutality, violence. Hey, all the elements I like in a little old wrestling show.
And speaking of the elements of lethal lockdown, each team is going to send out one competitor. They're going to battle for the opening 5 minutes. And then we're going to alternate wrestlers every 2 minutes until all 8 have entered the match. And it's only at that point, once all 8 are entered in, the top of the cage lowers. And from that point going forward, it's pin, it's submission to determine the victor.
Yeah, that's basically when the match itself starts to go for a victory. Once the structure's lowered, the lethal lockdown structure. Massive, too. Earlier today, I was looking at them doing a rehearsal and trying to build it. And you could see the size of it. It was just freaky big, man.
And keep in mind, on Impact, we determined that the British Invasion, Scott Steiner, Booker T, they are going to have the numbers edge. They're going to have that man advantage, that power play in essence once this match gets rolling. Talking about 2-on-1, 3-on-2, and a 4-on-3 advantage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your lethal lockdown match. Introducing the first participant, representing the British Invasion, Doug Williams.
You know, to me, one of the most interesting aspects, Taz, of a lethal lockdown match is the order that the competitors come out. This is all part of the game plan and all part of the strategy as these teams go to war in this lethal lockdown match, and they've decided that Doug Williams is going to start out first.
Yeah, and I'm sure for whatever reason that the British Invasion and Steiner and Booker come up with for Doug to start this thing. So they have a good one. Don't know what it is. Williams is definitely a rugged competitor.
And the second participant, representing Beer Money Incorporated, Cowboy James Storm.
Well, the answer to our question when it came to countering Doug Williams is that the Cowboy James Storm, representing Beer Money Incorporated, has been chosen to start out. And you just have to feel that the team... Wait a minute, what the hell?
Doug Williams come out of the structure and start drilling James Storm. Wait a minute.
Oh Storm turns it around. He spits the beer right in his face and then just hip tossed him on the entrance ramp. And there he goes into the steel.
The physicality not waiting at all. Oh my God.
Wow, what a beating this is, even before they got into 6 sides of steel and even before the weapons lowered.
Well, I think it's smart by Cowboy James Storm to try and beat down as much as he can Doug Williams. Plus, they don't. They being Beer Money and Team 3B have the Team 3D have the man advantage, as you said. They don't have it.
And Doug Williams has turned it around now on the Cowboy and charges into the corner with a knee right into the chest, right into the sternum, and gonna go right back, keep the advantage, lifts him up to his shoulders. Storm able to fight him off, and Storm trying to send him into the cage.
Well, they're both men you see attempting to use the steel structure as a weapon. Use it as your ally.
And you got to figure with Storm and Williams starting off in the lethal lockdown that both of the respective teams, when they got together, they really thought that these are the two guys that are going to carry the mail, so to speak, for the teams. They're going to be out there, Taz, longer than anybody.
Oh, this is like your offensive line in football. If this is a football game, and basically an analogy I'm giving you here, these two guys would be that offensive defensive line to get this thing rolling.
Big time power move by the Cowboy, and he's going for a cover here, but again, keep in mind, that's just a natural reaction.
Yeah, instinct just to go for that cover. You can't win the match right now.
Nope. Got to wait till all 8 competitors are out there and the cage top is lowered. That point going forward, it's pin or submission to win it.
You could hear the metal and the the steel of the cage when these men are hitting the ropes and end up hitting their bodies, hit the fencing and the metal of the cage. There's no give there, baby.
Williams caught him first with the jawbreaker, and then that familiar European uppercut, and now taking the T-shirt, wrapping it around his neck, trying to take his wind away.
You noticed a moment ago, Mike, and for our viewers, we saw a shot of the Toronto with the clock on there. I believe it's at 2 minutes and 27 seconds right now. That means that's when the next competitor comes into this matchup.
Opening session, 5 minutes, will alternate then every 2 minutes, and it's going to be big for Doug Williams, especially if he can stay on top of Storm for the next 2 minutes, because then they get the man advantage, then they get the power play.
Correct. It's either going to be Brutus Magnus or Scott Steiner or Booker T, who's coming out in just about 2 minutes. So Storm has got to try and keep some pressure and offense on Doug Williams.
And if possible for James Storm, take out Doug Williams completely.
Absolutely.
So that he can face the next competitor one-on-one.
And this might do it, Mike.
Spun him around with that eye of the storm.
That's a good point on your part, Mike. If James Storm can injure possibly or put out,
incapacitate him,
that'd be huge for the team of Beer Money and Team 3D.
Yeah, and in essence, that would neutralize the advantage that they gained on impact.
I believe we couldn't see it, but I'm assuming that Doug Williams did a low blow, like a back kick.
Probably a kick, you're right. That's what I was anticipating as well.
That's one of the oldest tricks in the book, and it works, though.
Had that camera close-up in so tight. As we see now, Williams sensed the edge that he has, going to try and go to a suplex here.
In the opening period, 1 minute.
Countdown clock is under a minute.
Another low blow. Storm just... Real good physical matchup to start this bad boy off here.
Nice turnaround here
Block again
by Williams. Storm just trying to hang on and avoid making contact with the side of the cage. Again, the uppercut from Williams takes Storm down.
Well, there's no reason for Doug Williams to rush through anything here. He knows in just about 20 seconds he's going to have some help.
They're in the driver's seat, that's for certain.
Wow, nice. Beautiful right hand.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
Storm staying
2,
right on top of Williams.
1.
He knows that he's got another opponent coming out next.
The next participant representing the British Invasion, Brutus Magnus.
Yeah, the IWGP Tag Team Champions, the British Invasion, and this is an interesting strategy, Taz. From the main event Mafia, from World Elite, that alliance, they decide to send out Brutus Magnus in the number 2 spot. In essence here, it's because of the teamwork. Oh! Storm kicking the cage door right into Brutus. They're going with team strategy.
Well, it's a smart strategy, and now, wait a minute.
I guess Magnus was able to avoid the cage, but Storm didn't that time.
I thought the cage caught Magnus. I guess not, but the cage door definitely caught James Storm.
And what do you think of this strategy where you bring out the 2 members of British Invasion rather than bring out Booker or Scott?
Well, of course, see how gentlemanly they are, the British. They shook hands before the beatdown on Storm. That's very tea-like and gentlemanly. Help me. There you go.
Tea-like?
Yeah, that's all tea-like. I just want to get the word tea in.
There's your Tazism for the night.
Yes.
There's the double team from the Brits. Williams and Magnus working together on Storm.
Yeah, this is not good for Storm. He's got to try and survive here.
And this shows you, ladies and gentlemen, just how important that match was on Impact this past Thursday when they earned the numbers game.
Absolutely, and we knew it on Impact how humongous that victory was for Scott Steiner, Booker T, and the British Invasion.
Now, Storm was fortunate in being able to avoid the cage earlier, but now with both Brits, they've got the power behind that. You can see that they've opened up his head.
Yeah, they've opened up Storm's head, and it's more or less, in essence, a handicap match right now. Look at this, zoning in right on that injury.
And you can see the countdown clock on your screen shows that
10,
we're under 10 seconds, and Storm's going to get some help.
Well, the playing field will be evened up in about 5 seconds.
3,
Who's it going to be?
2, 1. Representing Beer Money Incorporated, Robert Roode.
I'm sure James Storm could be happier to know that Robert Roode's in the ring right now.
Pretty obvious that 3D and Beer Money have a similar game plan to the opposition as they're bringing a teammate of Storm out. Robert Roode to join him. Oh, up in the lights with that back body drop.
Almost went across the pond.
Robert Roode taking it to the Brits as he's turned this matchup totally in their favor.
You could just imagine, Mike, that Robert Roode had to be stewing in the back, watching his partner getting whooped by the British Invasion. Stewing. Uh-oh, watch your back.
Double team. Just catapulted him right into a DDT.
Thought it was Doug Williams behind him, my bad.
Beat down on the Brits continues. Boy, Beer Money really's got that teamwork working now. Storm and Roode like a well-oiled machine. Snap of the neck. Here's the follow-up knee drop.
Holy cow, these guys are talking about a well-oiled machine. That's an understatement, bro. That was a pretty impressive flurry right there. Doug Williams, it's your turn, buddy.
Double suplex time unless Magnus can sneak in from behind.
Oh, again,
man.
Face first into the steel.
And Roode is there, inverted atomic drop, and just got stabbed right in the back, did Brutus. Boy, Beer Money is really working well with the double team moves here against the British Invasion.
But again, not to be redundant, you know what's going to happen now. 10 seconds, the man advantage. It's either going to be Steiner or Booker T.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Figured I'd point out the obvious for you.
Representing the main event Mafia, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner.
Yeah, field narrowed down. Had to be one or the other. They go to Big Papa Pump next.
Here, Big Papa Pump. Scott Steiner basically said that, you know, they don't like anybody. I respect that credo. Whoa!
Well, see, Steiner lines and suplexes. That's the staple for Scott Steiner when it comes to his offense. How about that belly-to-belly? Took him way overhead.
Hey, nothing wrong with having a good suplex arsenal. One of us at this announce table made a living doing that, so I respect what he's doing.
I can tell you it wasn't me, folks. Oof! Big boot caught Big Papa Pump coming in. Looks like Roode may have him here in his sights, but Steiner gonna cut him off. Caught him with the right hand, and Scott Steiner gonna follow up right in the corner.
Scott Steiner, what's Steiner doing here?
Oh my God, Frankensteiner!
Wow.
How about that?
That was pretty sweet by Big Papa Pump.
Yeah, love him or hate him, you got to appreciate the athleticism of Scott Steiner with that top rope Frankensteiner.
Now what? A battering ram. Oh my God. Like a lawn dart.
Right into the side of the steel cage went Robert Roode. And, you know, all the questions about the main event Mafia and World Elite working together that JB posed earlier, that's not the case at all.
Oh my God,
on
again?
the same page, and there goes Storm that time.
God. Storm was busted up early in the match. Lord knows what it looks like now.
Exploiting the 3-on-2 edge as Steiner came in, and now they've got Beer Money Incorporated in trouble, and if I can be the master of the obvious, we know that it's going to be one of the members of Team 3D that makes it out here in 10 seconds.
9, 8,
I don't
7,
blame British Invasion and Steiner to take advantage of the 2 men when it's 3-on-2. That's what it's about. That's why they won the man advantage. Who is it? Brother Ray and Brother Devon.
representing Team 3D, Brother Devon.
Well, they go to Devon in the 3 spot in the batting order, and here comes Brother Devon into the cage.
Well, 3 spot, 3 hole in the batting order. He's swinging for the fences, that's for sure.
Wow. Shoulder block takes down Steiner.
Oh my God.
Right hand just waffled Doug Williams.
Doug Williams got turned inside out. If I could use a cliche line.
And that's Big Brother Devon, who follows up with those right-hand piston-like punches to the head of Magnus.
Well, the playing field is evened up now. Oh, you see a shot of Doug Williams' teeth. He's got some are teeth. Some are missing, some are black, some are green, some are white. Feel like you're working with Heenan again?
I was having flashbacks there for a second. And all of a sudden now, with Devon coming out with that burst of offense, Beer Money's back in the battle.
Brother Devon just bringing it right here, changed the momentum for the team of Beer Money and himself. And let's see here, we're about 45 seconds.
It's at this point in the match, Taz, where that cage gets real crowded.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Very good point. And we're about 45 seconds, well, from Booker T getting out here.
Yeah, it's one thing we know. We've narrowed it down. Process of elimination tells us that Booker T is going to be in the cleanup spot.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you, Scott Steiner and the British Invasion really need Booker T out here pronto. Which means quick.
10 seconds away.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Representing the main event Mafia, Booker T.
Booker T not exactly in hot pursuit to help his team.
That's not a sprint, is it?
No, it looks great. Tag team titles there, and seems like he's flexing his quadriceps and his abdominal region.
Posing with the TNA World Tag Team Championship belts as he strides down the entrance ramp and towards the 6 sides of steel.
I would not be happy if Booker T was my partner right now. It's kind of a T.O. moment.
A T.O. moment?
Yes, T.O.
Very into himself is what you're saying.
That's my point.
Well, we got baseball, football, and hockey references all in one match.
Absolutely. And we saw golf earlier because we saw Steiner. He was like kind of like a Lee Trevino type guy there. Oof.
Well, Booker may have taken his time getting down to the cage, but once he's inside the 6 sides of steel,
yeah, he's making an impact.
You can see how effective he is.
Definitely making a big impact, and effective to say the least, is the Bookman.
And now this enables, with that man advantage at 4-on-3, for the Brits to go double team. And Steiner,
look at this.
Steiner doing, is that Rude he's got?
That's taking. I believe it is.
And he's got Rude's head in the cage door. If we can get a shot of that there, you can see it.
God. Steiner, it looked like he was trying to crush the skull of Robert Roode between those 2 posts on the gate, the lethal lockdown structure.
No, and now it's Booker taking over on Rude, and all of a sudden here you see this alliance between the main event Mafia and World Elite really coming to fruition.
Oh, Brother Ray will be out here in 3 seconds.
1.
That's a good thing.
The final participant representing Team 3D, Brother Ray.
And here comes, wait a minute, Big Rob from the British Invasion. He just came cutting right in front of the broadcast table, and with one shot he knocked Bubba right over the rail.
A misdirection maneuver by Big Rob Terry drills Bubba. I'm sorry, Brother Ray never even saw him coming.
Just when we were at the point where they were going to be able to even things up, you talk about a man advantage.
A blindside attack by Rob Terry. That's what, that man, he controls the cover on
the top of the cage with the weapons, and you can see with Brother Ray knocked down, he's forcing him to lower the weapons into place. Intimidation factor by Big Rob.
Big Rob bullying the technician who's operating the cover. And Brother Ray, he got drilled, misdirection move, blindside attack by Rob Terry. Ingenious game plan by Steiner, Booker T, and the British Invasion.
Yeah, illegal is everything, but ingenious. That's the way to put it, because now that cage top lowering into place, and now just imagine all the weapons that can come into play, and Brother Ray still knocked out on the floor.
And the gate's getting closed here, and it's still basically 4-on-3. Robert Roode and Brother Devon, basically no offense at all.
And Brother Ray, you see the victim of that attack by Big Rob, Rob Terry of the British Invasion.
Oh my God.
And now here comes the weapons into play.
Just pick your weapon, pick your choice, and then pick apart Beer Money and or Brother Devon. Oh my God, they're like trapped animals in there. Like trapped animals with a pack of wolves.
And the main event Mafia and World Elite doing everything within their power, because they've got that 4-on-3 edge here to just destroy the opposition. And boy, on hands and knees, you can see Brother Ray trying to crawl towards the steps and get inside this lethal lockdown match.
Yeah, I mean, I give credit to Brother Ray.
Watch out, watch out.
Oh! Uh-oh, uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Good God almighty! Brother Ray just destroyed Big Rob!
Well, that was a home run, that's for sure. Grand slam, actually.
Look at the chair!
The chair just totally destroyed with that shot of the... Oh! There goes World Elite, there goes the Mafia.
I think Brother Devon thought that Brother Ray was going to drill him.
Get the hell out of the way. When Bubba's got a chair and Devon's got that trash can lid.
And James Storm's got himself a little steel garbage can all bent up. Well, the lethal lockdown match now. Who's going to win this thing? Now it's officially on here.
That's the key. Now that we've got all 8 into play, it's first pin or first submission batter up.
Oh, Yanbag Yahtzee. Oh, God.
Touch them all.
Well, Booker might, but it might be numb. Now, where's Doug Williams going? Well, I know he's going to the top. It's a rhetorical question, but I don't think that Team 3D and Beer Money realized.
I think that's Brutus Magnus, isn't it?
No, I thought it was Doug Williams.
That's Brutus Magnus up on top of the 6 sides of steel.
I didn't know British show look alike. Oh, look like James Storm.
Magnus and Storm. Boy, that's a dangerous position to be in.
God, you think?
Look out, look out.
Oh my
Off
God.
the side of the cage.
Oh, hang on, man.
Whoa, whoa, what a fall that would be. Hang on for life.
Robert Roode is right behind Brutus, and Brutus, unbeknownst to him, watch out. This is dangerous, man. This whole thing is sick.
That's what the lethal lockdown is all about, the danger element. As Taz just said, how sick this is. This is violence, and this is the way that we're going to settle the score between these 2 tag teams, these 4 tag teams.
Oh, man.
Magnus. Whoa. Double team suplex, and look how he landed with his...
On a steel thrust, the thrust on top of the lethal lockdown cage.
What a spectacle this lethal lockdown match is when it's normal, and then you see him up on top of the cage. Little Beer Money celebration up there.
Beer Money salute on top of the deal. I like that. Uh-oh, 3D. Oh!
Steiner gets 3D'd. But then here comes Booker with the trash can.
Bubba might be feeling that after. Oh, wait a minute, bookend!
Big time booking, this could be it. No, just 2.
I could not agree with a live audience more, Mike. This is awesome.
I'm sure you're chanting at his home as well. Look out!
That's what TNA's about, baby. We'll bring it big time. These guys are leaving it all out here.
Storm motions for Rude to snap the neck of Booker, and that's what he does.
Robert Roode here. He's looking for his partner. He's looking for James Storm.
Double team, there it is. Pin,
Well, that's
2, 3. DWI gets him the win.
Here are your winners, Team 3D and Beer Incorporated.
Well, I'll tell you, this was one hazardous structure, one dangerous match. Somehow, some way, Team 3D and Beer Money victorious.
Yeah, you want violence, you want physicality, off the charts tonight. The lethal lockdown match at No Surrender. And that's the way that you settle the score between these teams. And this match recap is brought to you by Stacker 2.
I mean, where do you start?
6-hour power extreme energy shot. Take it, Taz.
Where do you start, Mike, except for that right there? That was one of the sickest chair shots I've ever seen in my life. Then this double suplex, the Beer Money suplex on the top of the structure. Beer Money, BWI just getting the victory here for their team. What a matchup by all 8 men, in my opinion.
Back live after the replay package for the post-match celebration. And they're on their feet in the impact zone at No Surrender. So appreciative of what they've just witnessed here in this spectacle known as Lethal Lockdown, and it's not over with yet.
And I'm not surprised.
To try and restore order out here in